The United States has been at war with Afghanistan for nearly 20 years and has made it a puppet state. During the war, it turned out that Uncle Sam's country had spent around $2,261 billion United States dollars, or around Rp. 32,505 trillion. During those 2 decades, more than 2,300 U.S. military personnel were killed, and tens of thousands were injured. After being elected president, Joe Biden declared to withdraw American troops from Afghanistan. "I stand firmly behind my decision," he said in televised speeches from the White House several months ago. Biden acknowledged that the war with the nation had languished and was the longest war in history. "After 20 years, I have learned the hard way that there is never a good time to withdraw U.S. troops," he said. According to the Washington Post, the following facts are related to the United States war with Afghanistan, 2001. In 2001, a month after the 9/11 attacks, President George W. Bush launched a war in Afghanistan under the name Operation Enduring Freedom, which began on October 7, 2001. In total, Bush sent an army of 27,000 at that time. Then, after Bush was defeated by Barack Obama, the black president added 49,000 troops in 2009. 2014. In 2014, Obama declared ending the war and making Afghanistan a puppet state. Appropriately, on December 28, U.S. and NATO military officials held a ceremony at their headquarters in the Afghan capital, Kabul, to mark the event. Obama, in a statement announcing the troop withdrawal, called it a milestone for the American nation. 19. The number 19 is the number of years U.S. troops have been in Afghanistan. This is the longest war in American history. Even though there was a troop withdrawal in 2014, there are still thousands of U.S. and NATO troops before handing over responsibility for state security to the Afghan National Forces. Foreign troops have since helped train and assist Afghan security forces and institutions. 5,200. This figure represents the number of U.S. military forces remaining in Kabul as of Thursday, 19 August 2021, according to a Pentagon press conference. The Biden administration said last weekend that it was sending additional troops to Afghanistan to help evacuate parts of the U.S. embassy and ensure a safe withdrawal from the country. 4. Number of U.S. presidents who led the Afghanistan War. Starting from George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden, 800,000. Number of American troops who have served in Afghanistan since October 2001, according to the Department of Defense. 51. Number of countries involved including NATO and partner countries that have fought wars in Afghanistan, 75. Number of journalists and media workers killed in the country between 2001 and this year, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists, 51,191. Estimated number of anti-government opposition fighters in Afghanistan killed, although exact figures have never been released, according to Brown, 2,977. Total men, women and children killed in the 9/11 attacks, according to the National September 11 Memorial Museum, $2,261 billion. The total cost to the United States of America for the Afghanistan War is more than $2 trillion. The figure includes operations in Afghanistan and Pakistan, $145 billion. The amount of money the United States has provided to implement the reconstruction program in Afghanistan since 2002 is more than $145 billion, according to Segar. The funds are used for a variety of projects including to build up the Afghan National Security Force, promote good governance and engage in counter-narcotics efforts. 300,000. Number of Afghan military personnel trained by the United States to date. We are training and equipping an Afghan military force of about 300,000 very well equipped, a force larger in size than the militaries of many of our NATO allies, Biden said in a speech to the country on August 16, 2021. 2,500,000. Number of Afghan refugees who have fled the country. The actual number may be much higher, according to the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR. As of July 2021, Afghans are the world's second-largest refugee population, says UNHCR. Iran and Pakistan host nearly 90% of Afghan refugees. 270,000, estimated number of internally displaced Afghans since early 2021. They have been forced to flee their homes and relocate due to violence and insecurity. UNHCR puts the total uprooted internally at over 3.5 million people. 169, ranks Afghanistan as one of the world's poorest countries, among 189 countries included in the Human Development Index rankings, published by the United Nations Development Programme. Afghanistan has an average life expectancy of 64 years, and about 56% of its population lives in poverty, according to the index. 3,700,000 number of children in Afghanistan who are out of school, 60% of whom are girls, according to UNICEF. 10. The number of days it took the Taliban to take over government power and the Taliban captured its first provincial capital, Zaranj in Nimruz province, on the border with Iran, on August 6. Just days later, on August 15, the Taliban took control of Kabul. Share, Afghanistan War in numbers, 2.5 million people become refugees, 3.7 million children drop out of school.